Hey, go ahead.
Ready, tinfoil?
Yep.
Alrighty. Alright. Hello there, everyone. I'm Dr. Dino, also known as Doc Dino, and I'm here to argue why I believe, and the scientific community believes, that birds are dinosaurs. So, we have a debate here between me and Captain Stark, or Cap for short, as I'll call him throughout this presentation. We agree on a few things, we disagree on others. So, we agree that evolution occurs, we agree that deep time exists, and we agree that birds and dinosaurs are/were living things. We disagree on what birds descended from, what dinosaurs evolved into, and if birds appeared after dinosaurs went extinct. So, first, pretty important question in this debate: what is a dinosaur? Well, compiling from a few different sources, all dinosaurs share reduced or absent fourth and fifth digits on the hands, as you can see here. They have a reduced or absent first and fifth digit on the feet. They all have an antorbital and mandibular fenestra. They all have three or more vertebrae that form a sacrum, which is fused vertebrae between your hip bones. They all have open acetabulum as well, or the hip socket, as you can see in these diagram of dinosaur hip structures. They have a mesotarsal ankle joint, which is this particular arrangement of the bones in the ankle, and all of them have a fourth trochanter on the femur. This is a specific muscle attachment point. And you can see it on all six of these femur here, which are from some pretty widespread groups of dinosaurs. Now, all of these features are found in birds. Now, within dinosaurs is a smaller group called paraves. And paraves ancestrally share the following characteristics: they all have well developed arms and hands, they all have feathers, they all have grasping claws and feet, they all walk on their hind legs, they have tail fans. They also all have pinnaceous feathers, meaning they have a nice solid vein going up the middle. They're all also warm blooded and have a fast metabolism. Once again, birds have all of these features, though they do have a few unique features which are listed here. Here are a few examples of bird like dinosaurs. We have Deinonychus and Archaeopteryx up here, without the feathers, just showing how similar their body plans are. We have Zhen Wanlong here, a dromaeosaur from China. We have Vectoraptor, which is a dromaeosaur from England, and Gigantoraptor, a massive feathered dinosaur from Asia. Now, if birds aren't dinosaurs, what are they? Well, in taxonomy, we group animals according to two major criteria. First, their physical characteristics, which are retained from shared ancestry. And second, the similarity of their DNA. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any non avian dinosaur DNA, but we do have DNA from modern crocodilians, which, according to taxonomy, should be a sister group to Dinosauria. And DNA comparisons between birds, crocodilians, and other animals show crocodilians to be the closest living relations to birds. Birds and crocodilians share many physical characteristics as well, all of which they share with dinosaurs, meaning that they should all belong to the same taxonomic clade, a larger group that we call archosaurs. Now, before this debate, Cap and I discussed why we believe what we believe. Part of his reasoning for why birds are not dinosaurs is that birds appear after dinosaurs went extinct. So here are a few examples of birds that lived
Mhm.
side by side with dinosaurs. There are 69 here. I picked them at random from a list of hundreds. There are hundreds of fossilized bird species that lived with dinosaurs and lived after dinosaurs. Here are my text references. Feel free to look all these up and fact check me. And here are all the sources I have for my images. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc Dino. So now we are going to go on to Captain Stark for the negative position.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Um. So basically, one thing I want to get this straight. Birds came from. So what are birds? So when I look up on the internet, what are birds? Birds are a bird, but okay. Where all birds came from? Dinosaurs, but that obviously can't be true because of the meteor. So basically, the meteor. So the reason it can't be true because they couldn't have lived underground. The reason they couldn't like we've been taught in school that the meteor came down and destroyed all dinosaurs. And how can we prove that the dinosaurs are even settled? Like, yeah, I heard that theory, and yeah, it seems odd, but birds normally don't come from. Like, animals normally have a purpose, but birds is very. Like, this, I'm pretty sure a robin didn't come from, dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure, like, a hawk is something, but this there's some proof that birds did come that birds did come with that live with dinosaurs. Yeah, there's some proof of that, but we have to remember where. So what are we? Are we made from like okay? So are we ancestors of dinosaurs? Is 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 dogs ancestors of dinosaurs? Or cats? Like, are we all ancestry of dinosaurs? That doesn't make sense. So why should birds be the only ancestry to dinosaurs if humans and everything is not? That's the thing. Like, where do humans come into play? Because think humans come from apes. So if the humans come from apes, then obviously there should be something going on. Like, maybe, like, apes and birds are not related, but yeah, it has. Well, they are related, but I'm pretty sure they didn't come from dinosaurs. So my question is, how is dinosaurs? If birds are related to dinosaurs, then why aren't we related to dinosaurs? And why aren't apes related to dinosaurs? Why aren't pigs related to dinosaurs? Why is everything not related to dinosaurs if the birds are only related to dinosaurs? Okay, that's gonna be my opening.
1 minute left. Is that all?
Yeah,
Okay. Would you guys like to go into open dialogue now?
yeah, sure.
Okie dokie.
Yeah,
So
that's fine with me.
we have about 40 minutes of open dialogue, was it?
Should be roughly.
Okay.
I mean, if we're sacrificing the rebuttals, then 50. If we
Oh,
need that
okay.
much time.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
Um. Okay, so I took some notes. Um. I guess maybe the first thing I'd like to clear up. Uh. We aren't saying that birds are the ancestors of dinosaurs. We're saying that they're the descendants of dinosaurs.
Okay.
You know the distinction there, right?
Yeah, yeah. This the sense. So you're saying that they're not ancestors, but they live with them, right?
Uh, so, like, you are a descendant of your parents, but your
Yeah.
parents aren't ancestors of you. So, um, with saying birds are descendants of dinosaurs, saying that there were some small dinosaurs that eventually evolved into birds over time. Um,
So they became smaller.
as far as we know, there were always small dinosaurs. Some of the earliest dinosaurs we have are about chicken sized. Um, yeah, there have always been smaller dinosaurs. And it was some of those smaller dinosaurs that would have evolved into birds.
Oh,
Um,
um, small. So you're saying it will become into birds when something when there's obviously. So if they came, yes, I understand what you're saying. Um, so if that was the case, yes, the same point that so you're saying birds came from dinosaurs, but are we related to dinosaurs because of
um, so but we're not descended from, or humans aren't descended from dinosaurs. If I can pull my presentation back up really quick.
That's not a
Uh,
problem. Go ahead.
Different animals, and we assign them to different groups. We assign certain sets of features that all of one group shares that makes them exclusive to other groups. Basically, all of these features, except maybe the metatarsal ankle joint and the sacrum point, all of those would exclude humans from being dinosaurs or archosaurs even.
okay,
So mammals are definitively not dinosaurs and not really reptiles. We descended from a common ancestor with reptiles before dinosaurs even appeared.
really?
Yeah,
Well,
uh, the line the line split
we
about
really don't
250
have
million years ago.
no, we don't have any fossils that what goes back further than dinosaurs. We don't have that.
Oh, we have plenty of them. Would you like me to show you some?
Sure.
Right. Uh, I moved my mouse pad. So there are lots of fossils that appeared before dinosaurs. Uh, Going on. Sid. So, as an example, um, go ahead and share a different screen. As an example, right here is a creature known as a gorgonopsid. This was an example of a mammal-like reptile. So it was an ancestor of modern mammals, but it was still sort of a reptile. And they lived well before dinosaurs. All of the gorgonopsids we find are older than 250 million years old. The oldest dinosaurs we have are about 230 million years.
Right.
Um, you might have heard of Tiktaalik. Uh, Tiktaalik is what is it? 370? Yeah, 375 million years old,
Okay.
and that's the first traces of fish coming onto land. But we have life going back way farther than that.
Okay.
As an example, this is a type of squid called an orthocone. They had long armored shells. They lived up to about 450 million years ago. Uh, and then if you go back down to single cells, we have stuff like stromatolites, which are basically preserved mats of algae.
Oh,
a sort of algae. They go back over 2 billion years.
Jesus.
Yeah, so we have a lot of things that are way older than dinosaurs. And the divergence of mammals from what led to dinosaurs occurred before the Triassic. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, I never seen this before.
so yeah, humans are descended from apes, which are mammals, which are not descendants of dinosaurs. Um, uh, does that also answer your question of if birds are related to dinosaurs, why aren't other animals?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're related to birds like you're related to your cousins. But you don't share an ancestor with them until you go back to like your great 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 grandparent.
Right.
It's very far removed.
Yeah.
And dinosaurs would have been like your fourth uncle twice removed or something like that.
Mhm.
Genealogy is confusing.
Right.
In your opening, I think you were saying that birds have a purpose. What purpose would that be? Out of curiosity.
No, they don't. I didn't say that. I don't
Oh,
believe.
sorry, I might have misheard you. I
Um,
thought you said something about animals having a purpose and birds having a purpose. Um,
don't believe so.
do you want to go over how we know that dinosaurs had feathers?
Sure. Because that for sure. I heard the theory, but I doubt that can't be true.
Right. So, right here, I'm sharing right now. This is Archaeopteryx. Now, if you didn't have the feather impressions surrounding the skeleton, most people would see it as just another dinosaur. In fact, we have Archaeopteryx specimens that didn't have feather impressions preserved that were considered to be other dinosaurs for a long, long time.
Mhm.
We can see the feather impressions surrounding the skeleton, and that's part of how we know that it's a bird, because these are flight feather impressions.
Okay, but that's not a dinosaur.
It is a dinosaur. It it has all of the features I listed. Archaeopteryx
Yeah.
has so it only has 3 fingers on the hand. It has
Mhm.
4 toes on its feet, with one of the toes being much smaller than the rest.
Okay.
It has the hole in the skull before the eye and in the jaw. It has a sacrum in its hip. It has a
Mhm.
hollow hip socket. It has that special ankle joint. And it has that muscle attachment site on the back of its femurs. So it is a dinosaur. Those are all the diagnostic criteria for a dinosaur, same as in a T Rex or an Allosaurus.
Okay.
So even though it has flight feathers, it is a dinosaur.
Huh.
Even though it has winged, or even though it has claws and it has teeth and a long tail, it's also a bird because it's a flying dinosaur.
Okay.
And it's not the only dinosaur we have evidence of this in either. You've heard of Velociraptor, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Well,
heard.
let me.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what
Okay,
they look like.
so this right here is one of the arm bones of a Velociraptor,
Mhm.
and on the bone are these very readily spaced little notches.
Oh.
These are attachment points for flight feathers. This is another raptor. This is Dakota Raptor, but it has the same imprints. We see these in almost every type of dinosaur like this. They're called dromaeosaurs. Almost all of them have these little spots. And we also see these little spots in modern birds.
Oh.
Like, like here's a turkey vulture. They're more pronounced, but they're there. And this one here, this is from Concavenator. This isn't even anything bird-like, but it had these quill knobs in its forearm. So even on the
Okay.
skeleton, we can see traces of these feathers.
Okay.
We even have some large dinosaurs that have feather impressions surrounding the skeleton. This is Utyrannosaurus. This is a 30-foot long relative of T Rex, and it
Okay.
was covered in feathers. And I don't think you'd call this a bird.
No. No,
Um,
that's definitely a dinosaur.
yep. I've led the conversation for a few topics there. Is there anything you'd like to go on?
No, you just showed me stuff that I never really seen before. Like when like I heard theories about it, but no one ever showed stuff like that.
Um, have you ever thought of going to college, or are
Yeah,
you maybe in
yeah,
college?
no, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
there's lots of great courses on dinosaurs and dinosaur evolution out there.
mm,
Most universities have at least one class on it. I'd highly recommend taking it. You can learn a lot.
yeah, I might, I
Um,
might in a few years.
and so, nothing else you want to cover? 'Cause I do
Um,
have a couple more topics, but I want to give you a chance.
yeah. Um, all that stuff seems great. It's just, yeah. So if dinosaurs do have feathers, did the T Rex have feathers?
Okay, that's a complicated question. Um, so Utyrannus here, that I was talking about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
it is an ancient relative of Tyrannosaurus Rex, and a really important thing in studying animals is usually when your ancestor has something, you're going to carry that with you.
Right.
Um, so the thing with T Rex is the adults were huge, at least 40 feet long, weighing maybe up to 10 tons, just
Yeah.
massive animals.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's unlikely the adults would have had many feathers, just because it would have made it really hard for them to cool down.
Yeah.
But their chicks were much.
Right.
So it's very likely that baby T Rex did have feathers.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. That said, T Rex did not evolve into chickens. This is a myth some people spread around, and it annoys me a bit.
Oh.
But yeah, baby T Rexes were most likely feathered.
Right.
Let's see. You brought up the meteor destroying all the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Unless
so
unless unless
go ahead.
this um King uh Kong King of Skull theory going around here.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna look up bird. Uh, so all of the birds on screen right now.
Mhm.
Uh, is there a feature they all share that I think most dinosaurs probably lacked? At
Yeah.
least most non-bird dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What trait do you think they have that most dinosaurs would have lacked? More of an ability is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, flying.
Yep. Almost everything you see on here, I say that because I see a cassowary lurking over here. Almost all of them can fly.
Mhm.
And flying lets you travel massive distances using very little energy compared to walking.
Right.
So birds, with their already small size and ability to fly, would have been able to travel way farther and find food way easier than most large dinosaurs.
Right.
Some birds also they burrow or they take shelter in trees. So they would have a form of insulation from the outside. They'd have a way to store food.
Mhm.
They would have just been better equipped, mostly, than most non bird dinosaurs.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how birds could have survived the meteor strike.
Right.
You did say that birds don't live underground.
Yeah.
This right here is a burrowing owl. They they dig up uh, little
Yeah.
networks of tunnels.
Yeah.
So there are birds today that burrow, and these guys aren't alone, though they are adorable.
Hold on. Okay. Okay.
Um, Anything else you'd like to go over?
Uh, no, like, oh,
So after this discussion, do you think birds are dinosaurs, or do you
yeah,
still say they
yeah,
aren't?
yeah. I think they are dinosaurs now. After all the things you told me.
Th- Great to hear. Glad I could help.
Cause I
Uh,
never will. Cause I never really saw that.
Um, let's see here. If you want, you can even just look up this topic on YouTube. There's plenty of great documentaries that go over
Yeah,
the topic
probably.
too.
I probably will.
Okay.
so, would
Well,
we like to go into questions, or would we like to continue the?
We can go into questions.
Okay.
yeah, I think the discussion has run its course.
Okay.
Nice talking with you, Captain
Yeah,
Stark.
yeah,
Okay, so we've got three so far, and it's from Dreadilus, I believe. Is convergent evolution not a possible explanation for these similarities between dinosaurs and birds?
Hmm. So, convergent evolution, possibly for some things. The main thing about convergent evolution is it's usually different organisms going about different ways to achieve the same goal. You can think of how a bird flies versus how a bat flies versus how a butterfly flies. The bird has flight feathers, and it flies with those. The bat has long fingers and a skin membrane, and it flies with those. And the butterfly has wings growing out of its back that it flaps around and flies with those. Convergent evolution is all about achieving the same end through a different means. As far as we can tell, birds and dinosaurs developed the exact same way as babies, as juveniles. So it seems to be inherited.
Okie dokie. Captain Stark, is there anything you would like to add to that, or
Uh,
should we continue?
no, no, I don't believe so.
Okay, so our next question is from Basila Quisandra. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. If the chicken doesn't descend from the T Rex genome, then which bird does?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Uh, as far as we know, tyrannosaurs have no living descendants. As far as we can tell, they've all gone extinct. All living birds are descended from already existing birds at the time of the mass extinction.
And from the same person, as an add on to that question, also, what dinosaurs do chickens actually descend from?
I can't quite give you a species, but I do think we
I
have
believe it's
galliflows.
what is it called? I think it's Aerodactyl, right?
No, pterodactyls would have been. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Pterodactyls were relatives of dinosaurs, but they weren't dinosaurs themselves. They didn't give rise to birds. I'm just doing a little bit of. So during the end of the Cretaceous, we had Gallowincerophilines, which are the ancestors of both modern like chickens and ducks. And after the mass extinction, it appears that they diverged into what we now call chickens and what we now call ducks,
Okay.
along with other various species of birds.
Okay.
So, a question from me. Um, is there one specific dinosaur lineage that all birds came from, or are there multiple?
Uh, well, all modern birds, I think, are from one specific lineage, though we don't know where the exact start was. But I think there were three separate times that dinosaurs started to evolve to fly.
Well, that's fascinating. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Uh,
there was one group that went the bird route, and there was another group that went the bat route of having long fingers with skin.
that is actually legitimately disturbing.
Hey, bats do it today.
I know, and bats are slightly disturbing.
Oh, wait, did these? I did them.
Okay. Yeah, and then there was a separate branch that had four wings. So they had wings on their arms and on their legs.
Um, so, are there any more questions from the audience?
We'll see.
Uh, um, see, just to make sure these guys finish.
Yep.
I do have a question for Stark really quick. Has this debate made you want to look more into science at all?
Stark, is there something going on your end? I'm
There you
kind of
go. Ah,
okay.
okay, okay.
That's fine. It's just let us
It's
know when
okay.
you're able to talk.
It happens. It happens.
Okay. Have you eaten alligator or crocodile? And would you eat dinosaur a la Jurassic Park restaurant?
Okay.
What did I say reference?
Ooh, okay, that's a fun question. I've not had an alligator or crocodile yet. Just haven't had the opportunity. I'm not from the South. Uh, I'm open to trying it though, as long as it's ethically sourced. I've heard it tastes like chicken. Um,
So,
and I would absolutely take the chance to try a dinosaur too, other than say chicken or turkey.
I actually have had alligator, and it's actually really good. Like I
What
had
I've
alligator
heard.
turkey.
Isn't it supposed to be like a tougher chicken or something like that?
Um, it was pretty tough. It was like tougher than beef, from
Hmm.
what I remember. It's been a little while, and it was also really, really expensive.
I can imagine.
Ah. What about
Yeah.
so from Basilissa Chrysandra again? We have what about felines? Are they related at all to prehistoric beings?
Uh, yes, they are. Felines are all mammals. Um, I could be wrong, but I think their closest living relatives are animals like weasels, I think. And we absolutely have them in the fossil record, going back 20 million years, I think, 20 or 30.
Felines went back further than that. Oh,
They
1 second.
basically started out as like small carnivorous squirrels.
There we go.
Yep, sorry about that.
Just need to sort things out.
Welcome back. Did you hear my question, Stark?
No.
So my question to you was: has this conversation inspired you to look more into science and stuff?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because yeah, yeah. I always believe in evolution, like, but this I never thought it was this deep.
I get that. I get that. Uh, my advice to you would just be never stop learning. It's always a quote from Forrest Valkai. He's a great guy on YouTube. Really great to
Oh, I
learn
know
things
him.
from. Yeah, never stop learning. There's always new things to learn, and you can always expand your brain.
Right. Yeah, you can always expand your brain.
Mhm.
So is that all for questions, or
Seems to be for now.
okay? Do you guys like to do a closing statement, or do you think
Uh, I'm
that
good.
it's fine to just
Uh,
stop, I guess?
I guess.
just wanted to say, glad we had this talk.
Yeah.
Stark, it was fun. If you
Yeah.
have any more
Awesome.
questions about science, happy to answer them.
More. Wow. Okay.
So I think that's it. And well, if that's all, let's see here. How do I stop?